In this coaching session, we're gonna focus on optimizing cables, as that is what Kanao, a lifetime bootcamp member, requested for this coaching video. He said his highest rank is Mythic and he learned Fanny through the bootcamp membership. He's actually pretty good already, as you can see. So let's look at the gameplay and see what we can improve. Okay, starting off with a purple buff, you have two options here. Rotate towards the gold lane, or in his case, he went to invade the enemy jungle, which makes sense because he's up against an assassin jungler and his teammates are there to help him. That is a very good sequence, and in addition, I'm gonna give you a powerful tool that you can use to add to your arsenal. This is a simple back and forth cables with just one cable each return. Okay, here's how to do it. You aim the first cable to this point and the second cable to this point. Now, after the second and third cables, you'll only need to look at these 2 points. When going back to the river, you fire the cable here, and when you're going back to the jungle, you fire the cable here. For the timing, before you cross this line, fire the cable, and then before you enter the bush, fire the cable. You can even take one step further if you want. You can apply it to the other side of the map. It's basically the same 2 points but mirrored. Okay, let's get back to the game. You went to top lane against Yuzong, but instead of being thirsty for kills, you got the EXP crab instead, which is very good. And since you saw your teammates invading, you wasted no time, you joined the invasion. Here it's not worth chasing Hayabusa, you got the numbers advantage, you can easily secure the purple buff instead and be closer to level 4 while denying farm to your enemy jungler. Anyways, you got the red buff, the golem, and now you're at level 4. And good job on getting the lethal wanderer. Good job on eliminating Belleric, and I'm gonna show you a way to ensure that kill on Aurora despite her very annoying passive. So let's recreate the setup with 2 cables aimed to land just in front of her, then immediately use the first kill and then cable through the enemy. With that combo, you're able to hit the enemy 3 times, and that should be enough to trigger her passive skill. Once she defrosts, chase her with 2 cables and then your ultimate. Just make sure to fire the first cable to the middle of the 2 pathways that she might go to. Because if she goes to this side, you can just fire the cable here and go to the same direction. And if she flickers here, you can fire the second cable here so that you can go to the same direction. Now let's go back to the game. It's very good here that your team is very aggressive. You're ganking non-stop. You got Natan at bottom lane and you went to mid right away. Notice that he didn't ignore his jungle all this time because with all this aggression he already cleared up his jungle ahead of time, and that gave him an opportunity to invade the enemy jungle. And quite frankly, this is a very good performance so far by Kanao. Good 3 cables there to poke Aurora before going to the turtle. Before we look at the rest of the fight, let's look at the teeny tiny optimization here. Whenever your enemy is here and you're inside this bush, you can actually go straight to your enemy using double cables. Sometimes we forget, even myself, that you can actually use double cables on enemies, especially if they're standing right in front of a wall. Okay, so let's look at the rest of the fight. I totally get why you're torn here between the turtle and going after Yuzong. You chose rightly, and now you have the entire team contesting the turtle. Nice entrance here. You waited for Belleric to use up his CCs, his ultimate, and his taunt. You may not have your ult yet, but you did a good job blockading Haya so that your teammates can secure the turtle and secure this kill on Aurora. Okay, now I like these 4 cables here. If Belleric didn't use his CC here, you can just fire a cable here and you'd go directly towards Belleric again. With Leslie's ultimate, they won't be able to recall. Here it's better to cable towards this point so that you can cable through your enemies and mark them with prey marks before ulting. Nevertheless, Aurora burned her flicker and she won't have flicker anytime soon.
Don't dress in a gown for the close combat.
Amazing 6 cables there, and I think you're on your way to the turtle to contest, but Hayabusa got it. And you can tell that he's just randomly teleporting to any of his shadows, and good job to you for catching him in his last shadow. That was a close call. After this, if I were you, I would just stay on this bush and then TP back to base. If they come for you while you're recalling, just cable here to escape. Also, you can use this route to escape. Alright, now back to the game. This is one of the routes included in the map memorization drills, and you use it very well. Alright, for those watching this coaching session, this is a very good application of the 3 cable reverse. And good job for punishing this overextending Yuzong. Okay, I just want to highlight this. Not only that it is a very good 2 cables, but he went to the purple buff just to see if it's there or not. And actually, if you just have vision on it, you can gain access to the countdown when the purple buff would be up. And that was very good timing when Haya teleported to his shadow. Nice kill on Aurora, and here I just want to highlight that you can actually outplay Yuzong here, but you got caught by his furious dive and you lingered for a bit. That's why he was able to kill you. The thing with Yuzong, if he dashes forward, avoid that area where he dashes forward because that would knock you up. Okay, just want to highlight this 8 cables from the base to the purple buff done by Canal. It's very impressive. Now, this is a very chaotic team fight. I highly suggest you recreate this in practice mode and then see what cables you can do to make it better. Alright, you just one-shot delete Haya. Very good. It's pretty impressive that you're consistently hitting 6 cables towards outside your base. And I like how you use the 3L cable here. Alright, nice skill. And after this, you went for the invade. It's a chaotic team fight as well, but if you look closely in slow motion, Natan is focusing on you while Haya is doing his ult. Sometimes this happens, we don't know what to do, we just linger there. However, looking back in slow motion, we can safely say that the best move here is just to cable out. Simple. And cable out is the #1 solution if you're not certain in any situation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call circumventing the enemies. Can now use it to avoid the enemies and get the purple buff so that when he goes back to base and defend, he'll have more energy. In this point forward, let's just enjoy the sequence. That's a very wonderful sequence. And fast forward, here's another wonderful sequence. If you want to watch more coaching sessions like this, here's a playlist, and here's also the ultimate Fanny guide to help you master Fanny. So click the links, see you there, and thank you.